to Let's Talk Relationship 101. I am this week's topic is going to be a little different. I might need your help again. First of all, I want to thank everyone who has been tuning into my broadcast every Friday at 11 a.m. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you chiming in and communicating with me, letting me know that what I'm doing is helpful to you in your everyday life situations. Thank you all who have who's been inboxing me topics, because I have so many that it's hard to choose from. Sometimes people come in after people that's already submitted topics, and it just depends on what the flow is at that time. But I just want to thank you all for tuning in every week and all of your support. So this week is, I had an individual inbox me, and the question was, how do you handle your spouse coming out of the closet after they've said I do? And this is difficult. This is very difficult. Excuse me, because I'm got other stuff going here too. This is difficult mainly because when someone says I do, they usually do after that. Meaning, if you've said I do, if you've given a vow to be committed to this person, then there are no major secrets. Everything that should have been discussed at the beginning of the relationship, during the let me learn you, let you learn me process. However, that doesn't always happen. And depending on a person's motive and agenda, you will know them or not. And a lot of times when a person has a motive or a wrong motive for marrying you, then the things that they may need to know is kept hidden. When I say a wrong motive, I mean, say that you're marrying someone or they're marrying you for financial security, or for the platform that you have, if you're a public figure, or for your status in the community, like maybe you're an NFL player, NBA player, or a doctor, or some major career person that has an enormous amount of financial benefits. Maybe it's that they're marrying for, whatever the reasons are. Most of the time when you're marrying for love, and all those things matter, because trust me, you need financial security. You need to make sure that the person that you're marrying has a high standard, that they're not somebody who's just going to drag you down or, weigh you down. They also need to have some type of goals and dreams and objectives. So, with that being said, that does matter. But make sure that you're not marrying someone, or someone's not marrying you for just for their benefit. It has to benefit you both as a whole whenever you get married. If you don't know, some of you don't know that I have been married before. I've been married. My ex-husband is deceased, and it's not easy. You got to know what you're doing when you do this whole marriage thing. You can't just be marrying just to say, hey, I need a companion. I need somebody to, lay beside me to keep my bed warm, or, I need somebody to help me pay my bills, or anything like that. It needs to be something that is almost spiritual. It needs to be a design. It needs to be a purpose. There needs to be a divine connection with you and the person that you marry. Not only a divine, just a godly connection, that this is the person that's going to enhance my life. This is the person whose life I'm going to enhance. And it's not just a one-sided situation. It needs to be a situation where both parties are benefiting from the relationship. Okay, so let me get right into it. And I want to thank you for the topic today because it's been really, it's challenged me now because in these sessions that we have, I try not to be biased. I try not to present my personal opinion as much as I try to present facts that are balanced. So this one is a little bit personal. I don't have anything against homosexuals in the sense of, hating them. I don't have any hatred for people. But I don't, a lot of things I don't feel is necessary. I don't feel is, I don't like, it doesn't matter what I don't like. Let me give you what I wrote down. I'm not going to go there. Okay? All right. One of the first things that it does in a situation, whether it's someone pronouncing that they're cheating on you with the same sex, or it's that they're cheating on you altogether. Both factors is that it's a shock factor. It's hard to accept being someone breaking your trust or someone being dishonest to you. So the first thing that happens when you have been cheated on is your confidence. One of the first things is your confidence breaks. Why does your confidence break? I'm glad you asked. When someone cheats on you or does something to you that is that you don't quite understand, the first thing that you do is you blame you. You say, well, what was it about me? Was I not good enough? Was I not adequate? Is there something that I didn't have that they had? Is there something I need to do more of? Well, that's just given, and I talked about this in a previous Periscope, that you have just given someone that control over your life. Meaning, when you submit to ask a person why they cheated on you or what was it about the other person, when you start inquiring those things, you have just laid down all integrity, all confidence, and you have just given your life over to the person that hurt you, or to the situation. I won't say the person, to the situation that hurt you. One thing that we have to do is not lose our confidence when there's been some sense of infidelity displayed against us. We can't lose our confidence. And I say that because you have to keep yourself together first for you. If you have any children in the situation, for your children. And the third thing is for anybody, the next person that comes along that deserves to be treated great. It could be a great person that comes along into your life that deserves to be treated fairly and deserves to be treated right, but that doesn't get that opportunity simply because someone else has come along and caused damage. So confidence is the first thing that you lose. How do I not lose my confidence? Well, you have to know in a relationship, and anytime you get involved in a relationship, you need to make sure that you know that you are doing your very best in your capacity, your ability to be awesome, to be 100%. You're never going to be perfect. We're never going to be perfect, but your goal is to be perfected. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're practicing that, even if you don't reach it each time. You need to make sure that you're trying your best. So you give everything that you have. You give your all to the relationship. And once you've done that, there's nothing else that you can do. If someone goes out, then it's something that they have to deal with within themselves. It's not what, so you can't not be intimate with your spouse and expect them not to cheat on you. You cannot be lazy and not get a job and expect your spouse not to want somebody else that can help them financially. You cannot drag your feet and be unconcerned um, or inconsiderate of the person that you're in a relationship with. That's the first thing. Since you are married to this person and they cheat on you, and not only do they cheat on you with the opposite sex. Or not opposite sex, with the same sex. Therapy is a must. Therapy. You have to get some counsel, and not just for the person that cheated. That got cheated on. This counseling has to be collective, but it's for your own sanity, individually, because something's going on with the individual that married someone and now is battling with lesbianism or homosexuality. When you first said I do, those feelings had to already be there. But you made the choice to go the proper direction. If you did it because of opinion of your family member or, your society or whatever, then you've just damaged someone else's heart and their ability to love, in a sense, because you didn't consider the fact that you might have these same passions even after you get married. So you need to if you have any tendencies, you need to get all that stuff worked out before you get involved with somebody else, especially the opposite sex. If you are gay, if you are a lesbian or homosexual, then you should get all that stuff worked out and not get involved in a relationship with someone who is heterosexual. You shouldn't do that because it brings about such confusion in the hearts and minds of a person that you got a relationship with. And if you have gotten a relationship with because you want to press past those feelings, then you're going to have to keep up the work. You can't go back and renege and get involved in a relationship with somebody of the opposite sex. You can't do that. You have to make a decision. If you're going to act as a heterosexual, then you're going to have to stay that way. Then you're going to have to fight against those urges. You're going to have to press and push past that stuff. You're going to have to say, okay, this is what I'm desiring, but this is what I'm desiring to be in a heterosexual relationship. But my urges and my struggles are this homosexual lesbian relationship. So you need to gather your, courage and strength, and you say, you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to stick to what I said I was going to do. I'm not going to involve anybody else in a situation that's going to damage their mind and their heart. Because it's one thing to be cheated on and get cheated on and have, by someone of your same sex. But it's a whole nother thing to be cheated on by somebody who got the same thing that your spouse has. Because you can't compete with that. There's no way that you can better yourself to even become that. I can never be a man. I can never, I don't care, and excuse, this is 18 and up, so this is real. I don't care how many strap-ons you buy. You could never replace what feeling you get when you are intimate with a man. I don't care how many times guys do whatever it is that they do. It doesn't matter. You'll never be able to. It'll never be the same as being with the same sex. So if you desire to be with with the opposite sex, I'm sorry, it'll never be the same as being with the opposite sex. If you desire to be with in a heterosexual relationship, but you have struggles, then you're gonna have to seek counsel on a consistent basis. You're gonna have to seek God on a consistent basis. My show is not necessarily, geared towards just Christians, because I know that everybody isn't. I am a Christian, and I believe in the Word of God and everything that the Word of God says. However, I have to meet you where you are. And what I'm telling you is, if that is the homosexual, that spirit, and it is a spirit, to me, that thing, that urges you to be in that opposite, with that same sex, and you want to be in a regular relationship, that thing is so strong, and it fights you so hard that you don't know, you really don't know how to suppress or suffice those feelings. And that's something that you're going to have to seek something that's stronger than even that, which is the power of God. You're going to have to seek the power of God to come into your heart and your mind and shift that stuff. I had a conversation with a friend of mine just last week, and I won't state his name, but I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing this. And he was dressing as a female. He was doing everything like what a woman would do. Hair, makeup, hair was long, down his back, everything. And one day, matter of fact, I'm gonna bring him on to have a part 2 for this and let him share his testimony, because I'm not even gonna share it with you. I'm gonna let him share it. I'm gonna bring him on and let him share it. I don't know at what point I will, but I'm gonna bring him on and let him share his testimony, because God did a total turnaround in his life, and now he's has his career going, and he's writing books about his experiences, and he has a soon to be fiance, and it's not like this is just something to do, because he was confident and comfortable with what he was doing. It was the love of God that convicted him to the degree to change. It was nobody but God. He didn't change because of man, because he did everything to show man that he didn't care about their opinion. He dressed like a female. He talked, he walked, he acted like a female. And God changed his life 100%. And now he is living a life in which his heart desired. And he looks back and he's like, I don't even know why I felt those things. When I look at, now when he looks at me and he's like, ugh. How could I do that? Ugh. And it wasn't, and that's how it's something that's stronger, that's pulling on you to have those feelings and thoughts. But, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just saying, if you're going to date someone in a heterosexual relationship, make sure that you don't come in the relationship, deal with that stuff. Deal with it before you come into the relationship. It's only fair to the person that you're in relationship with, because that's a harder thing to get out of. That ain't just no average infidelity. That's the infidelity turned up. So, shame is another thing, because a lot of times the person that you're in a relationship with that's homosexual or that's a lesbian, they don't want you to tell your other friends or your other family members, or so that they make you keep it a secret. So not only are you shamed about being in this relationship, you have to carry the shame of their decision. Sometimes they'll still continue to practice the relationship and outside relationships. And sometimes you love the person so much that you just embrace it and accept it. But that's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's too many people coming in contact, which HIV and AIDS can be spread, in regular heterosexual relationships as well. But a lot of it's just unclean. It's just unclean to do that. But there's no right or wrong way to handle this situation. You have to do what works for you, because when you get over into those sort of things, it becomes very taxing on your mind and heart and your body. So it's so much that I could say. I don't even know if I'm helping the individual that asks the question. I hope I am. But the main thing you're going to do is have to seek counsel. If you still want your relationship, then you're going to have to seek counsel in order resist those urges, because they're going to come. They are going to come. They're going to come, and they're real. They're real. And there's no way that you can get around it. They're really real feelings. I guess I wonder, what is the reason for coming out now? Is it because you can't resist the urges, you know? And the other thing is, you know, do you want out of the current relationship that you're in? Those are the two things that you need to ask that spouse or that has, you know, stepped out. You need to ask them, what is it that you want? You know, do you want this relationship? And if they want the relationship, they got to work. They got to work to fix it. They got to work to get everything back to that place of peace. And if they don't want the relationship, then you need to have counsel. You need to have counsel, and you need to make sure that you don't carry the burden of what's happened to you. You know, with the infidelity, you need to make sure that you don't carry that burden and take it on as if it's yours or something that you did wrong, or there's some, you know, inadequacy within you. So that is it for today. Anybody out there have any questions? Thank y'all for tuning in. I really enjoy having these talk sessions. On February 5th, I'm going to keep that date before you every time we have a broadcast. February 5th, we're having a live Let's Talk Relationship 101 panel. A panel of 3 women and 3 men. This is going to be one of the most phenomenal, and it's right before Valentine's Day. It's February 5th. You make sure you bring your boo. Admission is free, but we will have catered food, and it's going to be so phenomenal by Chef E. She has a Facebook page. It's called Chef E. You can search it. If you're friends with me on Facebook, under Courtney Fluellen, you can also look under my liked pages that I've liked, and see her page as well. She's a professional caterer, and professional chef, I'm sorry. She will be catering that event. So February 5th, I'm keeping that date before you. What's Love Got to Do with It is what this meeting is called, and it's going to be a live panel of phenomenal men and women, 3 women, 3 men, and I am so anxious to hear what they have to say. These people are very skilled and very knowledgeable about their profession, and they know exactly what they're talking about. So y'all do not want to miss this event. Bring your boo thing, bring your homegirl, bring your homeboy, bring anybody, co-workers. Like I said, admission is free, but your meal ticket will be $8, and you don't want to miss this event. So it's going to be held in Dothan, Alabama. So you can contact me for more information about how you can get registered for this event, because the event is catered. I need a head count of how many people will be there. There is an event made on the Let's Talk Relationship 101 group. There has been an event made, so you can go on there and click going, so that I can count you in the number. I love you all, and thank you for tuning in. Again, Let's Talk Relationship 101. Please inbox me topics. I have a plethora of them that I can choose from, but I like juicy topics. I don't like, shallow topics. And I'm not judging your topic, but just send me something. Let me know what you think, what you feel. Even if it's just saying, hey, I like what you're doing, keep going. Let me know that this has been effective for you. Again, thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Relationship 101.